the long lens. President Trump had a very strong night last night. His vision for our country has expanded our party. The Republican coalition is bigger, more diverse, and more energetic than ever before. That is because of President Trump. His efforts in reaching out to every demographic has positively changed the future of the GOP. More Americans voted for President Trump this year than his historic 2016 win. In fact, it looks like he'll have more votes than Obama had in 2008. There's a simple reason for this. President Trump has led our country to historic success. Even in the face of unprecedented challenges, his administration has prevailed and delivered results for the American people. That is why our country needs President Trump for 4 more years and will continue to fight for his re-election until all the votes legally cast are counted. This election has seen record voter turnout that America has not seen in a century, and the American people must be assured that it is both fair and transparent. Now, President Trump's monumental help has expanded the House Republican coalition. From Miami to Minnesota to California. From every single pundit, even from the Cook Report to upping the number of losses they said the Republicans would have up to 20 just this week. Or if you listen to Speaker Pelosi or Sherry Bustos, who runs the DCCC, or the Majority Leader Steny Hoyer, they all said it was double digits. Steny even upped it to 15 this week alone that they would win. They were all wrong. Sherry Bustos is still barely holding on to her own seat. So here are the facts that our conference could incredibly be proud of. As of right now, we have 7 GOP pickups. We also have 11 outstanding races that I feel very confident that will continue to grow and win. We'll likely have an additional 14 to 19 Republican women. This will break the record for the most Republican women coming in at any one time. We'll double the number, and we'll set a record for the most women ever in the Republican Party. We'll likely be adding 6 to 9 minorities to our conference, from Florida to New Mexico to Texas, to Oklahoma to California. I'm also proud of our candidates and our members, and I especially want to thank our NRCC chair, Tom Emmer. Not only did he win all those special elections that he played in throughout the year. Remember, before we went into the election last night, by the time of being sworn in last, we had more Republicans and fewer Democrats, and we just continued to add to it. Now, I've heard for months from the pollsters and the media about how Republicans were going to lose more seats and cling to shrinking coalitions. We expanded this party that reflects America, that looks like America, and thanks. I think the rejection that we saw last night from the Democrats was that America does not want to be a socialist nation. I think the other rejection that we saw, we watched the Democrats promise if they would be given the power to have the majority, that they would act different, that they would solve problems, and they wasted their majority. So we look forward to continuing to work for the American public, our commitment to America, that we will renew, rebuild, and restore this nation is what our commitment is and will be. I don't know at the end of the day what will happen in the Democratic Conference. I don't know at the end of the day. I know the vote on the floor is difficult for Speaker. I know there was a number of people who did not vote for her last time, and as our numbers continue to grow, I think at the end of the day, no matter where we end up, that we'll be able to have a very big say or even run the floor when it comes to policy. With that, let me open up for questions. Yes, ma'am.
Have you spoken to the president? How is he feeling? Do you have any expectations?
Talk to the president. The president feels good. I think when you look at a lot of these, one thing I will say last night, I have no statistical data of others. I think a lot of the networks probably called Arizona too soon when I'm looking at what the data is coming back. I would put Arizona back in the column of undecided right now. I think he looks very good in Pennsylvania. Michigan, I think we can watch, is going to come very close, but I think the president has an opportunity to win that. I think at the end of the day, the president will be elected for 4 more years. Yes?
Last night's votes were still being counted. The president said, this is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. Do you think the president should be sowing doubt about the integrity of our elections?
Your questions never change. No, I know. Your questions never change.
That's what he said last night.
Okay. Now I'll give you my answer.
Should he be sowing doubt?
Your questions never change. I think that what the president wants to see is that every legal vote gets counted, and that's what we're walking through right now.
You
So,
also said they should stop counting votes. I mean, a lot of races, House races, they're still counting votes. Do you agree with the president? Should they stop counting votes, even ones that were cast before the deadline?
again, your questions never change. So let me go through what the president said and what the president meant in the question. What the president wants to make sure is that every legal vote is counted, that people vote up until Election Day, not the days after as others would have. That's what the president refers to. I don't think people should be able to vote today, and I would think every other American would feel that exact same way. And that's exactly what the president was expressing. I know you want to try to express something different to it. I know you'll be upset if the president wins re-election again, but the American people have a voice. I know the pollsters were wrong, just like they were wrong 4 years ago. This is what a republic and a democracy is about. And we want to make sure it's legal, it's fair, and that every legal vote is counted, and that's what we're working towards. But I don't think people should vote after the election, no.
Do you have evidence of that happening?
Yes,
Evidence
ma'am.
of that happening?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you accept the election results once they are certified
Yes.
from the remaining states that we don't have yet?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
The president has mentioned that he is confident that the Republicans are going to take over the House. Are you confident of that?
Well, I'm very confident we continue to grow our majority. Much different than what every pundit had said, that we would lose on an average of 15 to 20 seats. Well, we know that's not true. We know that we continue to grow. Already 7 seats with another 11 that we're winning right now. So we'll see our majority continue to grow, and we'll see where this all ends up. But we thank the American public for their participation. We thank them for participating in this campaign. And now it's the time to govern as we finish out making sure every legal vote is counted, and that the campaign is fair, and the election will be shown by all Americans. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Any evidence of voter fraud?